Valley Sports Southeast, the heart of the fan.
Brewers take game one.
I feel good going into game two. I got Max Fried pitching.
It is game two of the NLDS from Wisconsin.
Got him swinging, strike three.
It is off the top of the fence and stays in play. It's 2-0 Atlanta.
Deep far, and that ball is gone. Kept on going, Austin Riley.
And the Braves are heading back to Atlanta with the series even one apiece.
We got to go, win 2 more games so we keep going. That's all it means. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Pitch by Anderson. Swung on, missed. He struck him out. 1-2 comes, and it's hit in the air to right field. She's gone! Jock Peterson, a monster postseason player. It's a 3-run homer. It is 3-0 Atlanta.
You know what those guys do every day. You see them put the work in. You know they can make the plays, and you know they always seem to step up on the big stage too.
2 down in the 8th. Freddie Freeman.
First pitch. Fly ball. Deep center. Going back. Kane at the wall. That is go!
The Brewers down to their last out. The Atlanta Braves are heading to the National League Championship Series.
We never quit. We never think we're out. It doesn't matter who we're facing or the lead we have or how many we're down. We're going to give it hell, you know, for 9 innings and 27 outs.
We got in first, never let it go, and good God, we're going to the NLCS. You know what? I guess you wouldn't want it any other way.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. We welcome you to the good land, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. A very happy place for Atlanta last year as the Braves and Brewers meet for the second and final time in the 2022 regular season here at American Family Field. The Braves and Brewers have been treading waters since they last met in Atlanta. The Braves took 2 out of 3 at Truist Park. They'd love to leave town smiling with a series win in Milwaukee now. Hi again, everybody. Chip Carey, Peter Moreland, Brian Jordan. Great to be with you for Braves baseball. Disappointing finish to the homestand in Atlanta, BJ, but perhaps the Brewers, right team, right time, right town to turn things around for the Braves.
Just what the doctor ordered. Last 2 years, Braves 8-5 against this terrific starting rotation, bullpen, and how about this guy, Ozzie Albies, a 9-game hitting streak versus Milwaukee, getting it done with the bat, with his speed. Look at it, 4.7 runs per game the Braves have put up. And this guy, Dansby Swanson, starting to swing the bat really well. Going the other way. Darno's been terrific all year. This offense, getting it done, and hopefully that will happen again tonight.
That open got me fired up. Did you see Ian Anderson? Ian Anderson, he knows this place, and our pitch has been so good this year. Starting ERA against the Brewers, 3.38. The relievers with 3. Opponent average 216. Ian Anderson specifically 2-0 with a .82 in 2 starts against these guys. We know he gets in a bit of trouble early, but he can get through the first 2 innings. I'd like to see him roll today.
Well, the roof is open in Milwaukee. It's a warm day, gentle breeze blowing. You know what I smell, fellas? I smell a victory. Let's see if the Braves can get in the win column in game 1 as Ian Anderson gets things going for Atlanta in this series. No Ronald Acuna Jr. in the starting lineup. Kelly Crow will break that down as she talks with tonight's leadoff man, Travis Demeritte, as the Braves and Brewers get set for game 1 in Brew City next.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by your local Ford dealer, Delta Airlines, keep climbing, and by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Well, welcome back to American Family Field here in Milwaukee, where the Braves will open up a 3-game series against the Brewers, a team they just saw a little over a week ago, and kind enough to join us before game 1, Travis Demeritte, who, mind you, had a really nice weekend against the Padres, hitting .417. For you personally, just how are you feeling at the plate right now?
I'm feeling good, feeling nice and relaxed, starting to get settled in, and you know, just execute my plan and stay with my plan. So I'm feeling really good right now.
Good. We had a funny conversation a little bit about you've literally hit up and down the lineup, it feels like. You've gone from right field to left field and back. As far as where you enjoy hitting in the lineup, where you enjoy playing, walk us through that and then just how you make do no matter where you are each night.
Honestly, I'll be pretty vague with you. Like, it really doesn't matter where I'm hitting in the lineup. You know, in this lineup here, we got such a heavily armed lineup. I mean, anywhere I can fit in this lineup is good with me. But as far as defensively, you know, I'll venture to say that I'm more comfortable in right field. I've had more experience out there in right field, so I'm still learning some angles and ball flight in left field. But yeah, I'm pretty comfortable in everything going on right now.
I know you saw Burns and Ashby the last time these guys were in Atlanta, but as far as Freddie Peralta, goes, what do you know about him? What's got to be kind of your approach here tonight at the plate and the team overall?
Just make sure we stay on the fastball with him. He's got a good fastball, lively fastball, good off speed. So making sure that we stay aggressive, and I stay aggressive, and be ready for the fastball at any time, any count, and not give him anything, because he's a good pitcher. I've had some history with him. Faced him a few years ago in AA when he was in Biloxi. I was in Mississippi, so I have a little bit of experience with him, but he seems to be a different pitcher now. So it's a new ball game, you know. So I'm looking forward to the matchup tonight. He's
like that hidden all-star that they still have over there when you talk about their starting rotation. Certainly it'll be another fun contest with the Brewers here in Milwaukee this weekend. And when we come back, we'll get you lineups and first pitch on the way coming here from Valley Sports.
We're ready to have some fun in Milwaukee. Ian Anderson getting some hugs and high fives. He'll be the Braves starter in Game 1 of this series at American Family Field. It is a beautiful night for baseball in southeastern Wisconsin. This has always been a happy place for the Braves. Yes, the Dome Stadium looks like a giant erector set, but it is a great ballpark, one the Braves enjoyed in postseason play last year. And on this perfect night, the roof is open, the panels are open. That means the offense is going to come at a premium. Hopefully for the Braves tonight, this Toyota batting order will support Ian Anderson. Demerit leads off. You just heard his great interview with Kelly Kroll. She'll have more on Ronald Acuna Jr.'s situation a little bit later on. Olson, Riley, Ozuna, Darno, Ozzie Albies at second. And former Brewer Orlando Arcia will be the Braves DH. He's done good work at the plate, and he faces his former teammate, Freddie Peralta. Peter, this guy's got a good arm, and he was a 10-game winner last year.
Really good arm, almost like he's the forgotten pitcher here. As Kelly just said, you've got Woodruff and Burns and Lauer, and there's just a excellent pitching staff here, but he's one of them. He was an all-star last year, big fastball, saw it up to about 97 in the last start. Developed that slider back in 2020, was a curveball guy first of all, still throws it a little bit, but he's now developed that slider, which is his #1 second pitch. But he's going to be a tough ask, but we've got to stay on the fastball and don't swing at balls.
That sounds suspiciously, Brian, like some Ford keys for this game for the Braves, who, as we mentioned, finished up the homestand disappointingly yesterday at home.
No doubt about it. I mean, they have to be aggressive against Peralta. He's going to come at you with that four-seamer. I like to see some guys swing early because he is nasty when you let him get to you late. And also, we got to play better defense, guys. We got to make the plays. Defense, pitching wins. We know that, and that's been the formula for the Braves for the past 5 years. I mean, these guys get it done defensively, but this past weekend, 6 errors. That's unlike this Braves team.
And it was unlike Milwaukee back in Atlanta. They committed 7 errors in a 3-game series, and the Braves, not surprisingly, took 2 out of 3 games as a result. So Travis Demerit's going to lead off. I think another key to this game, get on Peralta early, right? There's a big indicator for him so far this season in the first inning. He's allowed 14 overall runs. 10 of them have come in the first frame. Boy, a big crooked number would be great for Atlanta tonight. And we are underway. First pitch, fly ball popped up. Aggressively swinging was Travis Demerit. He's going to fly out to Renfroe. 1 pitch and 1 out here in the top of the first inning.
Well, guys, I think the strategy is be aggressive. I mean, I like that. I'm not mad at Travis right there. First pitch you see, it was a strike. He just got underneath that ball. If he gets on top of that ball, that's in the gap, and a great start for the Braves.
Matt Olson is the hitter. Matt is 6 for his last 31 at the plate. And was 1 for 11 back home against Milwaukee. And takes a strike. Mark Ripperger calling balls and strikes. Little dappled sunshine in shallow center. Bright sunshine in left where Tyrone Taylor stands. And the roof and panels open tonight. Pitch. He went. Tom Hallion rings up Matt Olson. It's 0-2. This is ordinarily a great hitter's background too. As you look right out in center field, not an easy background. And a broken bat foul ball from Olson. He'll pick out a new WAR club. I can't imagine how tough it is to hit in the most ideal of conditions, Brian, but look at that center field hitter's background.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great background to hit in, but the sun is right out there right now. So I think once that sun goes away, it'll be even better. You know, you look at a guy like Olson, I mean, he's hitting 302 on the road. This is a guy that came in on a trade, comes back home, family, friends in his first month. I would enjoy going on the road also. He said hopefully he'll get hot and get this offense jump started.
So Matt's got a bat with a hit in it. We hope he digs in. Still behind in the count, 0-2. Peralta with that modified windup to work and downstairs. A ball and 2 strikes.
He does mix in that changeup and curveball more often than he used to. He's using his all 4 pitches at the moment.
Big shift on for Olson, who's pushed off the plate. Even count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Speaking of that changeup versus lefties, he throws it an awful lot. He's used it 220 times coming into this game.
Now the even count, and Olson smokes it right to Rowdy Tellez. Hard hit ball, but right at the Brewers' first baseman. And in the blink of an eye, the Braves have 2 up, 2 down, and Austin Riley coming up.
Feels like that happens every single time we're in a slump, doesn't it? It feels like they just hit the ball so hard directly at players.
Or they don't hit it at all. It's kind of all or nothing right now for the Braves offensively. And so far, nothing doing with the first 2 hitters. Let's see if Austin Riley can get going. He's 5 for his last 31. And another strike.
I think I figured out the problem. I had my pen on red ink instead of green, so now we go.
After the way this day started, all help's appreciated. The pitch is fouled back to the screen. Interesting day at the team hotel. No electricity, no running water.
What a shame. And I know if I was a player, I would be upset, you know, having to walk down all those stairs and go to the ballpark, which I saw a couple players this morning not feeling good about it.
But hopefully that'll be rectified by the time the Braves win this game. Atlanta ripe for a victory tonight in game 1 of this series.
You know, the great thing about it, I saw Ian Anderson walking down those steps, and he said, it's just a test, guys.
Another shot the other way. This time it falls in, and Austin Riley has an opposite field single with 2 outs. So Peter, the pen switch certainly worked for Austin Riley. Why didn't you think of that earlier?
My fault, guys.
You know, but I like that, guys. 2 strikes. Now you see him just shorten up, put the ball in play. That's something the Braves haven't done all season long, but we watch teams do that against us all year and get it done with 2 outs. 2 out hit is huge.
Marcell Ozuna riding a 3-game hitting streak. He's played in this park a lot. Remember, he was with the St. Louis Cardinals, so he got to come to Milwaukee 3 times a year. And in for a strike.
I know when talking to Ozuna, he was really struggling with that inside pitch. It was refreshing to see him go deep over the weekend, pulling that ball over the left field wall. Hopefully that confidence is back, and Peralta comes in, he can repeat that.
40 career games at American Family Field. It used to be called Miller Park. 40 career games for Ozuna, 14 homers, 29 RBIs, 33 runs. So again, right guy, right place, hopefully right time for the Braves. Here in the first inning, a man aboard, 2 outs. And way outside at 94 miles an hour. 2 balls and a strike.
You can really see what makes Peralta tough too. Not only does he throw hard with 4 different pitches, but he throws across his body too. Really tough for a right-handed hitter.
Yeah, it makes that slider more effective.
Short lead at first. Pitch. Stayed high. They're very careful with Marcel here. And 3-1. I know we've talked about how we'd like to see the Braves get aggressive. With that said, it's nice to see him in some hitters counts too.
Yes.
Big hole right side for Marcel. Hitters count. Took a shot, didn't get it. 3-2. Now Riley will be running with 2 outs.
I really like that 2-1 take on that slider. He's really been struggling with that.
So Tellez holds the runner. Riley with a short lead. There he goes. The pitch is outside. Ball 4. 2 out rally for Atlanta. Travis d'Arnaud's coming up with 2 on and 2 out.
Well, you said it, Peter. He struggles in the first inning. So this is great to see the patience by the Atlanta hitters.
d'Arnaud having a fine year. 15 RBIs for him. 9 for 18 at the plate this year with a runner in scoring position. One of the best hitting catchers in the major leagues. And a chance with 2 outs to bring home Austin Riley. Taylor, Kane, and Renfroe, the Brewers outfield, left to right. And they're waiting for Ozuna to get the protective hand sleeve. Remember, around this time last year, Marcel broke his fingers sliding in at third base in Boston.
This is a great timeout. Make sure that does not happen.
So a great chance for the Braves, albeit with 2 outs, 2 on. And d'Arnaud, the 5th place hitter. Took a shot, didn't get it. Strike 1.
Looking into these numbers, BJ, career 8.58 ERA in the first inning for Peralta. So far this year in 2022, 15 ERA in the first inning. We've got to get him this inning.
Off the end of the bat, and that bounces into the Brewers dugout, and it's quickly 0-2.
I know d'Arnaud, that first pitch was probably looking for that 4-seam fastball. Got the slider 2 in a row.
The runners lead. The Peralta pitch is collarbone high. Didn't chase it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's what's so beautiful about this game. You come in with a scouting report. The guy throws 65% fastballs, and you see 2 sliders first 2 pitches.
But this is an area where the Braves have to improve with 2 strikes. You got to put the ball in play, keep the line moving.
Hot shot, and what a grab at third. Jace Peterson flags that at the line. If he doesn't catch that, that's a double, and maybe 2 runs come in. d'Arnaud put it in play. He stung it, but Jace Peterson robs Atlanta in the top of the first inning here in Milwaukee. What a terrible break. No score in the first inning. To the bottom half we go in Milwaukee. Ian Anderson is on the mound facing the Milwaukee Brewers, who have a 2.5 game lead over the Cardinals in the National League Central. The Braves cooled them off in Atlanta. They've played 500 balls since leaving Truist Park. We hope to continue that coolness as Colton Wong leads off their Toyota starting 9. This is a very powerful built lineup, as we mentioned in pregame. Their last homestand, they hit 20 homers in 6 games. I think that's going to be a big challenge against Ian Anderson tonight.
Yeah, he's just got to get a little bit more consistency on a regular basis. He's been up and down throughout the whole year, and I think the common denominator has been the walks. And if he can limit the walks, he usually has a little bit of success. He's not really getting beaten by hard contact this year. So as I said, if he can just, the free passes, we've got to eliminate the free passes and make sure they hit their way on.
He'll start with Colton Wong, and the first of Ian's night is right there for a strike. Nice milestone for Colton Wong in his last game, number 1,000 as a major league player.
And he is starting to heat up. 2 home runs in 2 consecutive games.
That's lifted to the left and out of play. Anderson ahead 0-2. Wong, Urias, and Yelich. No Willie Adames in the lineup for the Brewers tonight. He's been battling a sore ankle. Don't know if we'll see him at all in this series. Pitch is off the plate. 1-2 the count.
If you remember that series back at home, Wong made a couple of errors which really opened the door for the Braves, which is surprising. He never makes errors. Gold Glove, second baseman.
Beat Ozzie out for the Gold Glove last year. That is an interesting. I think that was a curveball, and that was going to be one of my keys. Is if he can land that curveball, 0-0, 2-0, when guys aren't looking for it, it can be a real effective pitch for him.
Well, he landed it about 4 feet in front of the plate. That won't work. 2 balls, 2 strikes for the Brewers' second baseman, and backs away from that. So what do you do now? Miss with the curve, up high with the fastball. Peter, what do you come with 3-2?
I would assume he hasn't thrown a changeup yet, so I would think maybe a 3-2 changeup just to surprise him, or he may go with the heater again.
High pop. Center of the diamond. Anderson says he's got it. He'll get out of the way, and Austin Riley will make the catch for out number 1.
I'm not sure if you saw the highlights today, but I think there's a league-wide bet going around that if a starting pitcher catches a pop-up, all the other starting pitchers have to pay them $100.
Really?
I think I saw that today.
Is that the case? Because I was about to say,
that was aggressive the way he was going for that.
I mean, he called it right away. He said he wanted it.
I'm not sure if it's a Braves thing or if it's a league. It's another team is doing it for sure. I'm just not sure if it's spread across the whole league. But that would explain why Ian was basically calling everybody off as soon as he made contact.
Wow.
So Ian lets the athletes handle it, right, BJ?
That's exactly right.
Digs in. It takes a little low. 1 ball, no strikes. We saw Urias back in the lineup. He had a quadriceps problem. He got back into swing of things against the Braves at Truist Park.
Another terrific defender for Milwaukee.
Well, I sense a trend, right? When you have pitching that you guys talked about that's as good as Milwaukee's, you have to support it with excellent infield defense, and by and large they've gotten it.
I thought they had the best middle infield with Wong and this guy as shortstop over the last couple of years.
Just with a fastball inside, 2 balls and a strike.
The other key for Ian's a fastball location. Two good fastballs so far this at bat. That top of the zone is where he lives, has his most success. But there's such a fine line in missing. Umpires tend not to call that high strike.
So 3-1. Shift on for Urias. 3 defenders left side, and they hit it to the shift and threw it. Ozuna over quickly to cut it off in the gap. Urias a big turnaround first. He'll slam on the brakes, and the Brewers have their first hit of the game, a clean 1-out single from Urias.
He goes back to that fastball, misses the middle of the plate. Urias is able to pull it through the 3 defenders on the left side.
Urias is a real good hitter. He got on top of that fastball.
So he's on base for the 12th straight game, and that brings up Christian Yelich. Christian, the Braves are not the Cincinnati Reds, so cool it, will you? Hit for the cycle against them for the 3rd time in his career.
That's amazing. Man.
Did you get one?
No. I've come close, but never.
Christian's got 3.
I know it. I'm so jealous.
Well, he's turning back into the Christian Yelich who was so fearsome a couple of years ago here in Milwaukee. Off to a great start. Pitch is bounced toward Olsen. It's off his glove. Behind him, everybody's going to be safe. That's having some trouble with the leather, man. Got a ground ball through the legs the other day at home. Missed a throw at first base and couldn't handle that squibbing ground ball, which would have been the 2nd out of the inning. We'll see how that scored.
Tough short hop play, one that he knows that he's probably going to make 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, you got to do a better job of keeping it in front of you. You got to drop down on knees, get that one short out.
Yep. Looked like he was trying to make the throw before he fielded it, obviously.
So again, for a Braves team that made 7 errors against San Diego, they've committed an error here in the 1st inning in Milwaukee, I believe. Yes, it is E3.
Hopefully Ian can bear down and get out of this inning, because over the weekend every error hurt this ball club.
This is Rowdy Tellez, and he takes a breaking ball for a strike.
And you're talking about another hot hitter for this Milwaukee team. He has not cooled down, tied for the lead with 29 RBIs coming into tonight's game.
When the Brewers came to Atlanta, Tellez had hit 4 homers, 15 RBIs in the previous 7 games. As we said, 20 homers in a 6-game stretch in their home park. So that'll be the challenge too. Keep these guys on the ground if you can.
That was 2 fastballs right down the middle. I think he's looking for that changeup.
Could use a strikeout here with Hunter Renfroe on deck, and he'll ponder this next pitch.
Peter, maybe you go up in the zone with a fastball and get him to chase.
Yeah, you definitely want to make a chase, whether that's try to bounce a curveball, maybe the runner's on you steer away from that as your third pitch, but definitely trying to get him chasing.
Runners lead with 1 out. And off the netting to the left.
That's that approach that you talk about, BJ, just not trying to do anything too much and just fouling balls off battling.
And that's against the new grid, basically. The analytics saying, hey, swing, get the ball in the air. But we're seeing more and more guys just battling, just getting on top of balls, just putting them in play.
Well, if they're not going, hit line drives. Let's see if Anderson can take care of Tellez here. 2 quick strikes. The pitch. Back our way and off to the left. You guys better have your hands ready. This is prime time foul ball territory.
Close. Just hold me in the box, because I'm going to get it.
It's a great vantage point here at American Family Field. The back of the second deck right behind home plate. Great view of this terrific domed stadium just beyond downtown Milwaukee. No score. Brewers threaten in the first. The other difficulty beyond the obvious of having more base runners of that error is pitch counts. Drives it up for Ian Anderson. And let's not forget, the Braves have had to go heavy into their bullpen the last couple of games against the Padres. There are a couple of pitchers in that pen who might not be available tonight, and they have not yet named their starter for tomorrow. So every pitch the Braves can save Ian Anderson defensively will be welcome tonight. Slipped as he threw that, and Tellez over the top didn't get it. Big strikeout. That's the second out of the inning.
Beautiful changeup by Ian. He'd gone fastball up, fastball up, fastball up. Eventually went to his changeup. Dano, great job keeping the ball in front.
That was just nasty. That was almost unfair as a hitter.
They're going to throw you out of the hitters union if you keep talking like that, Brian. But that was a great pitch. Now he's one step closer to getting out of this first inning. Hunter Renfroe, he's got 15 RBIs. And hi to him, former Boston Red Sox, former San Diego Padre.
Before the game, Renfroe's really the only guy that had a lot of success against Ian. 2 for 2. Everyone else 0 for 6 with 4 walks.
He's the perfect analytical hitter. It's bomb or nothing. He is swinging.
A good stop. 2 balls, no strikes. I think Ian's done a much better job this year of limiting first inning damage. He's had some traffic, but by and large the first inning has not punished him an awful lot here in 22. But a hit and an error as a Brewers threat with 2 outs, just like the Braves had in the top of the inning. Pitch. There's that swing and a miss. 2-1.
That just shows me where he's at the moment. That's a 2-0 pitch, and he went change up, front door, righty. This is a whole different game to what I'm used to, BJ.
Well, that used to be an automatic fastball, right? Not anymore. And Renfroe couldn't time it. 2 balls and a strike. Runners lead. Urias at second, Yelich at first. The pitch.
Yeah, this is not me yelling at clouds by any means, but there was certainly a time where you would get yelled at by your pitching coach if you didn't throw a fastball 3-1 or 2-0. But that's completely changed. As you know, they're spinning the ball more than they're throwing fastballs now.
Well, I don't like this 3-1 to Hunter Renfroe.
Big leads. The pitch. Foul back. Upper part of the zone. Full count. Runners will be departing with 2 outs.
Peter, this has been real typical for Ian Anderson. He's up to 24 pitches already. I mean, how does he change that? I mean, we see it over and over when he's out there. His pitch count is up after 3-4 innings.
Yeah, I wish I had the answer for all these guys, Glavine included. He would talk about it all the time when he would struggle in that first inning.
So the runners go. 3-2 pitch is high and the bases are loaded. So at least 7, maybe 8 pitches more for Renfroe as a result of that error. And now with the walk, they're loaded. And Omar Narvaez is going to stand in with 2 outs. Another all-star for the Brewers, Omar Narvaez, the catcher. Couple of homers, 8 RBIs. And he will hit with the bases loaded for Milwaukee in this first inning.
I'd like to see him get strike 1. It's the most important pitch of the game. Strike 1 in this situation right here. Take a bit of pressure off.
Ozzie backs up to the cut of the outfield grass at second. He does get strike 1 and he pops it up with the bases loaded. Riley and Swanson left side. Dansby's got it. Ian Anderson gets out of a gigantic mess. Milwaukee loads him up, fails to score. We're through 1. Nothing in Milwaukee.
We're scoreless as we head to the second here in Milwaukee. Leading things off for the Braves, Ozzie Albies, and cheering him on from the top of the dugout right now, Ronald Acuna Jr., who you know wishes he could be in there. Missing his 5th straight game here tonight, but this afternoon some good signs here as you see him testing out that groin injury. They were pushing him through the bases, doing a lot of other exercises as well, rather aggressively this afternoon. And Brian Snitker saying afterwards that he came out really good. It was very encouraging, but of course the true test, guys, will be how he recovers and feels tomorrow. But the team's certainly hoping they can get him back in that lineup tomorrow evening.
That would be a great story, Kelly. Thank you very much. Great to have you with us for game 1 of the series. And look, it's been a long time since Ronald has been back in the lineup. I'm sure there were discussions about whether or not to put him on the injured list or not to make sure that that groin injury was 100%. As Kelly said, looked great today. We'll know more tomorrow. And if all is well, got 2 more games left in Milwaukee with another day off coming before our series opener in Miami on Friday.
Yeah, that's a great sign. You know, watching him run the bases today, and looks like he feels pretty good.
That's smoked to left, but right at Taylor. 2 hard hit balls by the Braves. Make it 3 hard hit balls by the Braves in the first inning, plus nothing to show for it. 1 out.
Just to get back to Acuna, I think the Braves missing that energy against this Milwaukee team. I mean, he was incredible in that series, hitting a couple of home runs, really getting this team back on the map. So they need him in this lineup, but he's a guy that will not slow it down and take his time to get back into it. So you got to be careful.
Adam Duvall, the batter, with 1 out, bases empty. Couple of homers, 15 driven in for Adam as Peralta turns it loose and gets a high strike.
It's a long season too, BJ.
No, it is. It is. And I think we need him down the stretch, of course, but he's just such an exciting, electric player that you just want him in your lineup every single day.
That looked a little low. And instead of a 1-1 count, it's 0-2 for Duvall, who has a word with Rippiger.
The positive sign for Duvall over the weekend, he got a couple of hits you know, a couple of jam shots to right field, that's a good sign to me because he's looking to go that way, even if he has to jam himself.
Yeah. When you talk about the progression of a swing, a lot of the times you talk about, BJ, you got to jam yourself. You got to get first stage, you swings and misses, and then the next stage you start fouling the ball off over the first base dugout, and all of a sudden you start to time it a little bit more, and then the ball starts going up the middle.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Base is empty for Duvall, and he swings and misses. And that's strikeout number 1 for Freddie Peralta. Dansby Swanson's coming up. He's starting to heat up. Here's what we mean. Let's check out his spray chart. It's our StatCast 3D presented by Google Cloud, fellas.
Look, starting to hit the long ball, but look at those long balls. Up the middle of the field, right center field. When Swanson is hot, that is exactly what he does so well. Drive the ball up the middle, go the other way, and all of a sudden he start driving in runs. He start hitting in the clutch, and we're starting to see that.
And more importantly, at the bottom of the lineup, feeding the top, getting on base, and giving guys like Acuna, Demerit, Olson, Riley RBI chances.
Right.
For the Braves' first rally came with 2 outs in the first inning. They have 2 outs here in the second for Dansby. Shadows all but gone on the infield and outfield in Milwaukee tonight. Just a tiny bit of sunshine at the Atlanta on deck circle. Braves dugouts on the third base side here at American Family Field. 1-1 count for Dansby. They play him straight up.
This is what you don't want Peralta to get into a groove. Once he gets past that first 2 innings, he has been nasty the second time through the lineup.
He's way ahead of the Braves shortstop. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Heard him grunting as he threw that changeup to try to sell it, Peter.
It's interesting. I remember seeing him when he had that big curveball. It was everybody was talking about that second pitch being the curveball. He's really developed that slider.
Now the 2-2 pitch.
Don't you give him that.
Guys, what I mean with Peralta, first couple of innings, his first inning in 2022, 15 ERA in that first inning, a 4.5 in the second, but the third and fourth, 0 ERA. So he gets better.
Breaking ball hit a ton. And let's see how far that baby goes. Wow, into the third deck, but well foul over the tarp. And Swanson lives to see another pitch here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Peralta ready. Here we go. Payoff. Struck him out looking outside corner. Back-to-back strikeouts. And the Braves are retired in order in the second inning. Bottom third for Milwaukee. No score. Braves baseball on Valley Sports is presented by Truist. Glad you're with us in Milwaukee tonight. It's a beautiful evening. Braves and Brewers meeting for the 4th time in regular season play. No scores. Ian Anderson starts his second inning of work. Tyrone Taylor gets things started. The Brewers left fielder and takes ball 1. Taylor getting a lot of playing time. Andrew McCutchen still on the COVID injured list for the Brewers. And he was swinging for Bernie the Brewer's chalet in the upper portions of left field here. Didn't get it.
What's fascinating is this is the first time that I've sat in a position like this and watched Ian pitch. You can really see that changeup pull the brakes from this perspective.
Oh, what a play. Nice play by the ball boy down the left field line. A wicked hop, speared that. And a souvenir to boot. Nicely done, young man. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Shift on for Taylor. 3 defenders between second and third as Anderson's fastball is high. 2-2.
Brewers really like this kid, Tyrone Taylor. It's all about opportunities, guys. And he's taking advantage of it. He has great speed in the outfield.
Ian threw almost 30 pitches in the first inning. Needs a quick second, needs a quick third. And the Braves bullpen had to be used a lot at home. There are a couple of guys that will probably be unavailable in game 1 tonight. 2-2 pitch. And he struck him out. That was a beauty. Second punch out for Ian Anderson. 1 up, 1 down in the home second.
Change up heavy at bat here. Went back to it again. That's just unfair, as you said, BJ. Front door change up to a right-handed hitter. He's going to get more effective as he can start to locate that fastball a little bit more. He's trying to go up and away, and he keeps missing over the middle. But if he can dial that fastball location in with that changeup, it's going to be a long night for the Brew Crew.
Jace Peterson, the former Brave, getting a lot of playing time with the Brewers at third base this year. He took away a couple of runs in the first inning and didn't get that. No balls and a strike for Jace. 3 homers, 9 RBIs for him. That power damage has all come in the last 2+ weeks. Heck, just about everybody in Milwaukee's team can say the same thing. All the home runs they hit. Now Ian's starting to dial in that off-speed stuff. Is way ahead 0-2.
Beautiful first pitch curveball. Backed it up with a change up in that fastball count. Amazing.
Good movement on that changeup too. Wow.
Little tapper back to the mound. Anderson's got that. And a strike to first. 2 up, 2 down.
I would like to see Ian just relax a little bit on those PFPs. He looked like Machado out there.
Hey, don't take any chances. If that's the way you throw, don't try to change it up with something soft and throw it over Olsen's head, man. Stay within yourself.
That'll bring up Lorenzo Cain, the Brewers center fielder, hitting 183.
You see so many guys try to take a little off, and next thing you know, they have no control over it. They have to throw hard.
Swing and a miss. It said, Peter, that it's really hard for a pitcher to throw from the bottom of the mound heading towards second base because it's an upslope, not a downslope, or on flat ground. When you've got to make a play, Ian made that one look pretty easy.
The issue becomes when pitchers don't set their feet. A lot of the time they try and make a throw in the same position that they fielded it. When we are athletes, a lot of us are former shortstops. You just got to know to crow hop and step towards your target like everybody does.
You played shortstop, Peter?
I can go out there right now, take as many ground balls as you want me to.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
I still did it up until a couple of years ago in Melbourne, where I'd go take ground balls as my cardio.
Ah.
Bit of agility, bit of.
Did you throw it underhanded?
No.
Over the first?
No, I threw over the top.
Over the top.
Yeah, first basemen don't like sinkers. They want it chest high. As Cain now a 2-2 count. A little better rhythm, a little better pace, certainly better results to this point for Ian Anderson in his second inning of work. He's trying to match Peralta's 1-2-3 inning. And Cain not going quietly, stays alive 2-2 the count.
When I injured my index finger, all I could throw were like cutters. There's nothing I could do in the outfield because of that finger right there.
Because it was all coming off the middle finger.
Yeah. Yep.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Saw Albert Pujols get on the mound last night. Did you ever think about doing it yourself?
No.
Why not? With a cutter?
You know what? I feel for you pitchers. It's so scary to be on that mound and somebody hit a line drive right back at you. That's my biggest fear.
Payoff pitch. Cain shoots that into left field, a 2-out single. So the Brewers have their second hit of the game. Lorenzo Cain went down and got that baby. And back to the top we go, and Colton Wong, who popped out to start the game. Yeah, Albert Pujols, age 42 last night, became the oldest pitcher to pitch in the big leagues for the first time as a position player since Lena Blackburn in 1929. That was with the White Sox.
Did you see how many camera phones were on when Pujols was pitching? Oh, they love Pujols in St. Louis.
Here's Colton Wong. Runner at first with 2 outs. And Joey Bart will forever be able to say, I hit a home run off Albert Pujols. How cool is that?
I can't wait to see Albert to talk about that. He'll tell you how hard it is to pitch after that.
Bet he's sore today.
That's for sure.
No score, second inning. Colton Wong and Kane chased back to first base. Lorenzo's had a terrific career. He's in the last year of his big deal with the Brewers. Not afraid to pick him up and put him down. He's tried 3 stolen bases. Successful once. On the ground to Riley. Nice play. Nobody at second. The throw to first in time. And good positioning takes care of Colton Wong and Milwaukee in the second inning. Orlando Arcia leads off for the Braves in the third. Still no score. Stream out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning and select pregame and postgame coverage. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv for all the details. Scoreless duel after 2 in Milwaukee. Arcia leads off, former Brewer, and takes a strike. Arcia in the lineup because he's hot. 4 hits in his last 8 at bats. Look at his impressive numbers, including that magnificent walk-off at home against the Red Sox. First of his career.
It's even more impressive that he seems to do it playing once every 6 days.
Yeah, that's amazing. But man, I would love to do it against my former team.
1 ball, 1 strike. Didn't mean to, and that almost turned into a double.
I had one outing specifically that I remember against the Minnesota Twins where I had revenge in my heart.
Right.
Because of they released me at 19, didn't really give me a chance that I probably didn't deserve. But when I pitched against them in the Metrodome, it was a pretty sweet feeling.
1-2 count. Chase the high fastball and strikes out. The last 3 hitters in a row have been out on strikes for the Braves. And back to the top we go, and Travis Demeritte with 1 out.
Just up in the zone, fastball, blew it by him. And we talk about this inning, the next inning, Peralta. Just a terrific pitcher. Hasn't given up a run in his starts this year.
First time through the order, 7 out of 9 first pitch strikes, 2 full counts only in 39 pitches.
Demeritte takes a strike. Well, sometimes you can't blame it all on the offense or tip your cap to the pitcher. Sometimes the defense has to save you, and it did for Peralta. Remember Jace Peterson, that great grab down the line. He doesn't catch it. That's a double, and at least 1 run is in. And he'll handle another hopper, and his strike to first in plenty of time for out number 2. Matt Olson is the hitter for Atlanta in a scoreless game. It's time for tonight's Zaxby's indescribably good play. Matt has been a road warrior, I would say.
Look at that average, BJ. 302, slugging 528.
The extra base hits, 8. He's feeling good on the road. He must be getting a lot of sleep.
13 out of 14, reached base 13 out of 14 games.
Well, coming back home is not easy, especially in the first month.
Yeah.
You know, being from Parkview, a lot of family, a lot of friends at the ball games. Probably don't get a lot of sleep.
Milwaukee shifts for Matt, who's ahead in the count. 1 ball, no strikes. He lined out to Rowdy Tellez his first time up. He's got the whole left side of the infield to play with if he can guide one that way. And a little late. 2 strikes.
Heck, I remember when I signed with the Braves and came home. Playing at home was tough. Getting up early in the morning, kissing the kids off to school. I loved going on the road, and I got hot.
1-2 pitch. Albinos trying to steal a strike. You can see how they're pitching Olson. They're pitching him into the shift. See if they come in again with a 2-2 count. They did, and he bangs it into that shift right side. Nice pick, perfect throw, and that'll take care of Atlanta. 1-2-3 in the third inning. No score after 2.5. two stingy starters underway here in game one in Milwaukee. Let's talk a little more about Ian Anderson's work against the Brewers. That's our Georgia Natural Gas impact player here in game one.
So good against the NL Central. 5-2 with a 2.06 ERA, a .98 whip. That is doing it. 1.75 opponent's average, 9.7 strikeouts per 9.
First pitch hammered into left by Urias, a top spin line drive. So the Brewers have their leadoff man on for the first time in the game. Urias is 2 for 2.
That was almost the exact same pitch he hit last at bat. Fastball up in the zone. He got on top of that and drove it to left field again.
Just see this, just by missing ever so slightly on that. Supposed to be up and away, missed middle. Allows him to get the barrel to it.
So a man aboard for Christian Yelich. And Darno, a nice stop.
He's been so good behind the plate this year and throwing runners out.
He really worked hard. Talked to Fasano. They really worked hard on throwing guys out at second base from his knees. It was interesting. He was saying he was throwing a football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 ball, no strikes. Was it an in route? Was it a crossing route? Was it a slant, Brian? What are they?
It was right across the middle.
Which I know has you licking your chops.
Oh yes, definitely.
That's all part of the arm strength. A lot of pitchers will do that too. Billy Wagner used to do that. He used to warm up with a football, throw with a football all off season. And a lot of guys now in the driveline program will throw footballs as part of their strengthening.
Now 3-0 to Yelich. The 2018 most valuable player in the National League. Back problems have been an issue for Christian the last couple of years. 205 average in 2020, 248 last year. Will he green-light him 3-0? He did, and it's fouled back. Ooh, dangerous. 3-1 the count.
When he's healthy, he's one of the best players in the game. I mean, as far as speed, quickness, defensively, he has the power to all fields.
Brewers traded 4 players to the Marlins for Christian Yelich. None of those 4 players are in the Marlins organization anymore. Wow. So the Brewers definitely came out on top in that deal with Miami. Urias leads the pitch. Strike, 2 called. He's brought it back, Peter, full.
I think Yelich is really going to benefit from having the DH in the National League too. He's already hitting .321 as a DH this year. 1 home run, 5 RBIs in 7 games. Allows him that chance to rest, get off his feet.
Yeah, you coming back from a back injury. That's tough.
Let's see if Urias is running here with nobody out. Tellez on deck. Toe hold lead at first. He's not going. The pitch is straight to center, but right at Adam Duvall, who measures that up. And a great comeback by Ian. That was a 3-0 count, and he gets one of the best hitters in the game to fly out softly to center.
Yeah, huge. That's last thing you need right now is 2 runners on and nobody out. But great comeback by Ian. As I said, he's just missing a little bit with that fastball location. His changeup seems to be locked in. The curveball he's able to throw for a strike when he wants to at the moment. He's just missing ever so slightly inches with that 4-seam location.
And that's the key for him.
100%.
Once he get that 4-seamer command, he's almost unhittable.
He got Tellez on a changeup that was in the dirt. Tellez 0 for 1 in the game. He's a double play candidate if you can get the ball on the grass or dirt here in Milwaukee. Tellez was a man who needed a change of scenery from Toronto. He came to Milwaukee and took off. 28 ribbies in 56 games.
Double play here would be a pitch count resetter.
Yeah, I remember Tellez a couple of years ago. He wasn't the everyday first baseman. He played sparingly, and all of a sudden he just took off.
No balls and a strike. Popped up out of play. Well, Toronto also had to make room for Vlad Jr. Put him at first base.
That's a good move.
Yep.
Do you think they ever thought about platooning him?
1 ball, 1 strike. They got him July 6th last year.
I think if Ian throws that changeup outside, pull to Osby.
3 defenders right side. Olsen holds Urias at first with 1 out. Even count for Tellez. The pitch is served to left field right at Marcell Ozuna. That should be no trouble. And Anderson has his 2nd out after the leadoff single. Hunter Renfroe the batter.
Probably why I'm up here.
That pitch looked like it jammed Tellez. He was just trying to fight that pitch off.
I was just going to say, there hasn't been much hard hit from Milwaukee in this game, which is sort of the pattern that the Braves have dealt with. Look, you'll take that soft contact all year long, but it has been frustrating at times because sometimes those softly batted balls find grass and are hits. So they haven't been rewarded real consistently yet for that good work. Let's see if Ian can take care of it here in the 3rd. Renfroe, a righty hitter, takes in the dirt. Ball 1.
And on the flip side, at the start of the year, we're hitting the ball so hard all over the place and getting no rewards for that. Eventually, it's going to turn around. Baseball's a funny game. It gets you frustrated for months at a time, and then all of a sudden things click in. We saw that obviously last year, but it just takes 1 or 2 at bats, 1 or 2 swings, a couple of good pitches, good play in the field, good solid defense for a game.
Yeah, a complete game is what I think we're all looking for. Not from a starting pitcher per se, but clutch hitting, pitching, defense. High fly ball toward right center. Ian Anderson's going to work out of this leadoff hit situation for Milwaukee. Terrific work. We are through 3 at American Family Field. Heart of the order coming up for the Braves. Still no score.
We're scoreless as we head to the 4th here in Milwaukee. Austin Riley leading things off for the Braves, one of the many players who is dealing with a very interesting morning at the team hotel this afternoon. And no power, no real water pressure, and certainly no hot water. But for Austin, he said, you know what, if he gets a hit tonight, guys, he's going to make sure he does this again. So I guess that's what it's going to be. Cold showers moving forward since he already has his first hit. But guys, it was pretty funny getting to the field today, listening to these guys talk about how dedicated they might be to going and getting that coffee or the breakfast, knowing they had 13, 14, 15 flights of stairs to get back up to. And Peter, I know you made it out to get coffee, but the bigger question is, do you guys, like, were you able to get the clean, I mean, freshness to the field?
You can say it.
Nope, I'm not going to. I'm just really trying hard not to. Are you guys, or is Chip scooted away from you guys?
We are.
Just a smidge.
Back to the mound. Peralta will take care of that play. That stinks, if you will, Kelly. Thought that was going to be a hit. 1 out. Yeah, I think the safest way to say it, Kelly, it's been a very interesting day.
That it has. You guys know who my MVP is. I mean, I had some help with a girlfriend in the city and was able to go get ready and wash the hair and get to the field appropriately.
Yeah, you're at a distinct disadvantage, aren't you, Kelly? I mean,
you can wash your hair with a water bottle, Chip.
Yes, I did.
And that's exactly what you did.
Yeah.
Tell the fans at home.
Yeah,
be honest.
Well, let's just say it was an interesting morning. As Ozuna digs in. I never knew how much I valued an empty water bottle in my life. When you have just a trickle of water coming out of the faucet.
That's right.
Wash the hair, and
I got a lot of exercise in. I know that.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing the right thing, getting up nice and early, leaving the hotel. Everything was fine when I left. Went to Starbucks, came back, and all the doors to the elevators were open. So I thought they were just accepting me back into the hotel. Push the button, no ding. Push the button, no ding. Excuse me, sir. We have no power. 11 flights of stairs later.
But you look fit as a fiddle. That's the most important thing. Both of you guys look terrific.
Peter, I don't know if you were making it up without me cheerleading for you.
100%.
That's not. I'm not sure, guys. I'm really
Don't tell
sure.
them about the 3 breaks I took either.
Whoa. But the good news is, guys, we have power.
Little roller. Chase Peterson fires to first. It's late infield hit. for Marcell Ozuna. You heard a fan down below said, we'll take it. You bet we will. There's a start to the inning for Atlanta with one out.
Nothing like a swinging bunt, guys. See that third baseman playing back because he knows you can pull bullets that way. Good hustle by Ozuna here. Jace Peterson, great effort here. He's playing deep at third, no chances.
Not with Ozuna's speed.
No.
That snaps a streak of 8 straight batters retired by Peralta. He's back to the stretch for the first time since the opening inning. And now d'Arnaud, the batter, he's the man that hit in that tough luck in the first. That line drive caught by Jace Peterson. Would have scored Riley for sure, maybe Ozuna too if it had rattled around in the left field corner, but no such luck. Peterson made a great grab to end the inning. Braves have hit a homer in 9 straight games. That's rung up by Phil Cuzzi at first. And all of a sudden, for a team that was hitting almost all of their homers as solo shots, they're starting to pick up the pace with men on base. This would be a great spot for d'Arnaud to add to that. As a 1-2 count awaits the Braves catcher.
Yeah, d'Arnaud was one of the hottest hitters in this lineup. Up until the last 4 games, it seems like he's struggling a little bit.
4 for his last 24 at the plate. Big hole for him right side as Peralta paints the outside corner. So 4 Braves have struck out in the game. That's the second out in the 4th inning. And Ozzie Albies will dig in. He's tonight's Yellowwood bringing the lumber feature. Ozzie has loved hitting against the Brewers. Let's see if that happiness continues here.
Hitting .350. Look at that 9-game hitting streak versus Milwaukee. 4 extra base hits, 4 runs. Hopefully he can continue to stay hot against Milwaukee.
Ozzie flied out to left in his first at bat. 6 homers, 15 RBIs.
Said it, Peter. Peralta does not get enough credit in his starting rotation. He has been excellent so far this game.
Lifted out to play left side, foul. It's an even count. Well, sometimes a hitter will say this, Brian. A pitcher will too. Sometimes it's good to be that guy that's sort of hiding in the weeds. All the attention paid to Woodruff and Josh Hader and Corbin Burns. This guy right up there for a Brewers team that set almost innumerable records for their pitching staff last season. He was a big part of it with 10 victories.
I like this though, battle from Ozzie. One thing, the one knock on Peralta is that he hasn't been able to go deep in the games this year. He's only got into the 5th inning a couple of times. I know the Brewers want to see him become that 3rd, 2nd starter and be able to get through the lineup that 3rd time. But as a 4th, 5th starter, you're talking about a great option.
Pitch count in good shape for him. He's about to make his 59th. He's given up just a couple of hits. 1-2 count. And Ozzie didn't get that. 5 strikeouts for the Braves in 4 innings tonight. No score. We head to the bottom half of the inning. Narvaez, Taylor, and Jace Peterson coming up. No score. Home 4th in Milwaukee. Glad you're with us from American Family Field. Ian Anderson and Freddie Peralta matching each other pitch for pitch tonight. Anderson's looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the game. This would be a perfect time for it with Narvaez, Taylor, and Jace Peterson coming up. Narvaez 7 hits in his last 20 at bats. This guy's a good player. A swing and a miss.
That's a perfect example though. They say 2-0 is a hitter's count, but I feel like when you have a sinker or a good changeup like Ian, you can really use the hitter's aggressiveness against them and just throw that. If you know you can throw it for a strike consistently, it's almost like you have the advantage 2-0.
That was just a bad swing. That ball was 2 inches off the plate. He had it in his mind that he was going to swing regardless.
And a smart try by Ian. Swung at it 2-1. Tried to get him to swing at it. Didn't. And now it's a 3-1 count. Riley, the Braves man in the shift, and Narvaez lifts this one to left. Ozuna on the run, near the line, near the netting, near the wall, warning track, and he came up with it. Nice catch, Marcell Ozuna, near the tarpon left, and Anderson comes back to get the leadoff man. One man down.
That's just recognizing where you are, guys. Getting over there. You know the tarp is over there. You just get to it. Keep your focus on that ball. Makes a great catch, and he gets away from the tarp right here.
Good job by the security guard.
Look at the footwork. Footwork. People talk about Ozuna's defense, but I like his defense. He used to be a Gold Glove defender. His arm is not the same, of course, but going after the ball, he can go get him.
You can also, as a defense, you know that the arm isn't the strongest. So, you know, Dansby and Ozzie can get out there a little further, help him out.
Right.
Make the cutoff.
And if you position the outfielders with the analytics and the charts and the cards that they have, that's going to help an outfielder improve his range. Look, Mick Markakis was as big a pro as they were in Major League Baseball, and he's a guy that bought into that defensive positioning. He said it really helped him in his last stages with the Braves. As Taylor hits this one in the air. Boy, Anderson's getting a lot of fly ball outs in a lively ballpark tonight. That's 5 in a row in the air, retired by Ian Anderson. 2 outs, bases empty. Jace Peterson, the hitter. First, a quick message from Zaxby's.
It's the new Signature Club with bacon and cheese, remixed by Zaxby's.
Anderson right where you'd like him to be in this 4th inning. It happens so often with him. He settles into the first inning, has 20 some odd pitches, it seems, almost every time out, but then gets into the 2nd, 3rd, 4th and racks up the quick innings. It's astounding.
It's a bit of it's a hard starter for the bullpen too, because you're sitting out there and you're looking at the pitch count, and as a reliever, Eric O'Flaherty and I used to look at the pitch count, and there was 15 per, so you can get 105 7 innings out of the game. We'd also use that to know when we start to warm up. Obviously, the closer towards the 100 mark, which was the magic number for the longest time, you'd know that once he started approaching, depending on how the game was going, you'd have to start to get yourself loose a little bit earlier. But as he gradually gets that pitch count more under control, the guys out there start to relax a little bit more, see him getting into the 4th, 5th inning, and it's back to normal. But there's got to be, I don't know what he can do, obviously, but there's got to be a frustration for him building up when you're at 26 pitches after every 1st inning.
1-2 count for Jace Peterson. Out of play, foul. Well, that's a luxury a starting pitcher has, Peter, that a reliever doesn't. If you have trouble in your 1st inning in a start, you can recover over 5 or 6. If that happens as a relief pitcher, it's a real rough night. Ian has one to his liking, and the pitch to Peterson. That was close.
I heard David Cohn say last night that when he used to get onto a new mound for the first time, there was a real struggle just trying to find the right spike holes, dig out the right amount of dirt. There's different clay in different cities. It's just finding yourself on the mound for the first time, and you like to land in the same spot every time.
Swing and a miss. Jace Peterson chases and strikes out for the first time. 3 up, 3 down. First perfect inning for Ian Anderson tonight. And we go to the 5th inning. This one's fun. Let's get some offense going. Adam Duvall, Dansby Swanson, and Orlando Arcia are coming up. Well, this is every kid's favorite promo in Braves country. You ready? School is out next week, so come kick off your summer at Truist Park with us. Don't miss out on great matchups, giveaways, and fun this June. Friday night fireworks, live music concert series in the Battery Plaza on Saturdays, presented by Papa John's, and the ever-popular Alumni Sundays. See the upcoming promos list and secure your tickets for a jam-packed summer of Braves baseball at braves.com/promos. School is almost out. As Adam Duvall leads off and didn't get a swing and a miss. It's 0-2 for Adam.
Yeah, right now my frustration with Duvall, you cannot take that first pitch fastball. You're struggling against the slider, so why let him get to it? Jump on that fastball,
And that's what's getting him in trouble. Taking that fastball for a strike. And now you're looking for that slider and you're swinging at bad ones.
Can I play devil's advocate and say, would it be him maybe trying to get Peralta to throw a few more pitches? Maybe everybody's trying to take a pitch, get his pitch count up.
If you're hitting 300, I would say yes. Okay. But when you're struggling, no. You do not want to get to a pitcher's toughest pitch, which we know is the slider.
1-2 count. Swing and a high fly ball hit toward left. Taylor on the run, slowing in the corner, reaches into the stands and can't make the play. Great effort, but a swing on the house for Duvall. Heads back with a 1-2 count.
That's the curveball you can't miss. It's hanging, and that's usually the pitch that he drives out of the ballpark. Just a little quick on that pitch. But now you're setting yourself up for the slider off the plate away, which you saw him strike out his last at bat on. Hopefully Peralta makes a mistake here.
The 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Braves so far in the game are 0 for 6 with 5 strikeouts. Let's see if Adam can improve on that. He's battled back to a 2-2 count. Nope. 3 straight hitters have struck out. That's 6 for Peralta in the game. 1 away.
Little extra velo on that one too.
Well, I think he knew he had him set up. He threw one in. Now in his mind, he's thinking, oh, he's going to come back with that slider. Fastball down and away, unhittable.
Perfect spot too.
Yep, perfect spot.
Dansby took strike 3 his first time up. Look, it shouldn't surprise you that Peralta's racking up the strikeouts. He's averaging over a strikeout per innings pitched, and this has been the constant for him since he came over from Seattle. Since 2018, only Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer have averaged more strikeouts per 9 innings than Freddie Peralta.
I can see why.
Look, coming into this inning, only 59 pitches.
Coming into play tonight, 491 strikeouts in 365 innings. And he's got 6 strikeouts in 4 1/3 tonight. Dansby, a 1-2 count.
The biggest difference I'm seeing between Peralta in years past and what I'm seeing today is that he, like Charlie did last start, he seems to be in more control. He seems to be, everything seems to be flowing. His fastball seems to be exactly where he wants it to be. He's under control.
On the ground, Jace Peterson scoops and fires to first in time. 2 outs. Well, this is still a very young pitcher for Milwaukee. We'll expand on that after this quick message from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
The point I wanted to make about Peralta was we sometimes confuse youth with inexperience. Both of these teams are still very young, but they are very much experienced teams, and in the case of Peralta, an experienced pitcher. Postseason experience now, 10-game winner, part of a terrific pitching staff in Milwaukee last year. And you know, Craig Counsell loves and appreciates that.
Counsell's done a great job with this team over the last 3 years.
0-1 pitch to Arcia, the former Brewer. And an even count.
As a player, he was so low-keyed, just went out there, did his job. And it's just fun to see him be a manager. You know, his personality hasn't changed. He's still kind of quiet.
He had a great career as a player, scored the winning run in the '97 World Series from Whitefish Bay, Wisconsin. 16-year career. And for a guy that hit .255 and had 42 career homers, to play that long in the major leagues tells you he did a lot of the things that sometimes we take for granted in the game very well.
He was a great glove at second base. I used to try to take him out every chance I had. I could never get him.
Braves can't do much with Peralta in the bottom of this order. Arcia strikes out. 7 strikeouts for Atlanta in the first 5 scoreless innings in Milwaukee. No score as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. A very even game as you see, and that's the subject of our player comparison brought to you by Landmark. Look how evenly this head-to-head series has been of late.
That's not surprising when you've seen, I've watched so many of these games.
First pitch on the ground by Lorenzo Cain. Dansby's got that, 1 out.
Similar lineups when they're going good. Never really one person at a time. It's always spread out amongst the lineup. Someone different doing something good all the time. So even the runs per game. Home runs 28 to 26, BJ. ERA 4.55 to 4.
Well, you got 2 almost identical rotations. Great starting rotation and bullpens. So, but advantage Braves over the last couple of years. 8-5 against Milwaukee.
Speaking of that bullpen, that Brewers bullpen, we're getting scarily close to that 8th inning where
Williams and Hader lurk. Here's Colton Wong. He takes a strike. Well, the Braves will have the top of the order coming up in the 6th inning. Milwaukee's top of the order is calling now with Colton Wong up. He's hit the ball to the left side twice and is 0 for 2.
That's the pitch there that I know Ian wants to eliminate from the repertoire. It's
the non-competitive waste.
Exactly. Exactly.
1-1 count.
You think about a pitch count of 74 right now. If you've thrown 10 pitches that they weren't even going to offer at, it's a frustrating thing. You can look back at that on video and you see that there's just not even an attempt.
No shift for Colton Wong. Outfield straight away. That's in for a strike. 2-2.
And again, on the flip side, that's the pitch that he's been working so hard to develop. That's that 3rd pitch that we all talk about as a starter that you need to have.
And we talk a lot about chase percentages and how often hitters offer at pitches that look like strikes but aren't. You don't necessarily have to get a strikeout on that pitch, but you can get a lot of soft contact, which Anderson looks for here, and that's bang foul.
It also plays into that. We talk about tunneling all the time and pitchers tunneling 2 or 3 different pitches at the same time. It only works if you're able to have one of those pitches, be it a fastball, come out of the same zone as it would your changeup and or curveball. If it's immediately flying out of the hand and you don't even need to offer at it, then you can just eliminate that pitch.
3-2. Little chopper hit to the right side. Olsen fields, flips to Anderson.
That's
nice
a great play.
And that's the 2nd out of the inning.
I like the aggressive attitude by Olsen. He was committed right away. A lot of times you see first base in between. Should I go? Should I not? And that's when everything falls apart. Good job by Ian getting off the mound there.
And Ozzy's given a little bit of a hard time. Saying, hey, I had that covered. But he was playing deeply. You know, that extra hop might have given Wong another step or 2, and he could have made the play closer at first.
Yeah, when I played first base at the end of my career, that was a scary thing. You know, how far do I go? You know, now with all these shifts, you have to know where that second baseman's playing.
Let's get this guy out. Urias has a couple of singles in the game. He has 2 of Milwaukee's 3 hits.
Stay away from that high fastball, middle of the zone.
Did you see the target that Darno just gave them? Interesting. The high target for a curveball. Don't know if that's trying to throw the hitter off.
1-1 pitch. Maybe that sets his release point for a pitch that's going to finish low.
Absolutely.
Good adjustment, though. Staying away from that fastball.
Salvi Perez just did that with my slider. If I was facing a right-handed hitter, he'd throw his glove in between the hitter and the plate to give me a target.
I like what Travis does from time to time too is he sets up right behind the point of the plate and lets a pitcher with big action like Anderson let the ball do the work.
You saw that with Charlie last outing. It made him so much more effective. Didn't have to worry about hitting the corner so much. Just let the ball do what it does. It moves so much.
You're throwing 4 changeups here. What do you throw here, Peter?
I'm going to change up again.
I was just about to say fastball up, right?
That's why you're the pitcher, BJ. It's so hard when you don't know the scouting report as well. It's
well, you see a guy like that just hit 2 fastballs down the middle.
Right.
You know, you threw him 4 changeups in a row, 1 down. That probably wasn't a strike, but he got it.
And he lost him with 2 outs. Urias aboard for the 3rd time. And that'll bring up Christian Yelich, who's 0 for 2, and that starts to scare you just a bit. Excuse me, 0 for 2, reached on an error and flied out. So for Anderson, only his 2nd walk. He has struck out 3 men. Let's see what he can do here with a man aboard in the Brewers' 5th. Still a scoreless game. Well, the Yelich jerseys are all over the place in the stands here in Milwaukee. I think for a while the outfield in Miami was Yelich, Stanton, and Ozuna.
Man, what an outfield.
To go with those arms they have down there now too.
Kind of like the old Braves outfield of Jordan, that other guy, and that other guy, right? 1 ball, no strikes. And missed inside, ball 2.
Again, he's at 2-0 count. Runner on. You know Yelich wants to do some damage here. He can do another changeup.
And it was a beauty. 2 balls and a strike.
Perfect spot for that pitch. Wow.
High hopper. Olsen had him played just right, and he makes the grab, steps on the bag, and that ends the Milwaukee 5th inning. 2 good plays by Matt Olsen at first base. He's coming up second in a scoreless 6th. You bet. Grand slams are a grand thing. We'll take a run of any kind in this scoreless game, LJ, after 5 in Milwaukee. Right guys coming up for the Braves for their 6th inning. Demerit Olsen and Austin Riley. As Peralta misses outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Travis has popped out and grounded out in the game. He's done an excellent job leading off for the Braves. Had 5 hits against San Diego. Got on base 5 times on May 13th. We'll try to get on for the first time here in our opener.
I'm really impressed with this kid. Well, not even a kid. He's been around for a while, but getting his opportunity. And if you're Brian Snitker, he gives you a lot because he can lead off. He can hit anywhere in this lineup. But more importantly, he plays great in the outfield.
2-2. Tried that inside corner with a changeup. Righty versus righty and missed with it. And now full count. A lot of room down the first base line for Demerit. Peralta ready. And the 3-2. Struck him out. 8 strikeouts for the Atlanta offense. 1 away. Here's Olsen.
Peralta is in his zone right now. He has command of every pitch, hitting spots.
So let's see what Matt can do. He's lined out and grounded out. One of two men batting left-handed for the Braves offense in this game. And Peter, I would think that that's a real big advantage for a guy with the arsenal of Peralta. You have 7 guys who are swinging the bat remarkably similarly right now.
Yeah, you still got to make the pitches though. That's the thing. You think it just becomes easy. Like when guys would load up right-handed hitters against left-handed pitchers, and then all of a sudden that pitcher would get into a rhythm because he's not having to change his targets ever. So similarly here, you're going to see a guy that's able to basically throw the same pitches over and over again and get really comfortable.
He's certainly that, throwing a 2-hit shutout. This one queued up the middle, and they've got time to make the peg to first. That retires Matt Olson, who's 0 for 3. Urias with a nice play, and just like that, 2 outs for Atlanta. Austin Riley, the hitter. Braves have 2 hits. Riley has 1 of them. That came in the first inning. They threatened in the opening frame. A single by Austin. Ozuna walked, and then d'Arnaud, that heartbreaking line drive that was speared at third. The only other Braves base runner was Marcell Ozuna's infield hit in the 4th inning. Everything else has been on the ground or in the glove of Narvaez. By and large tonight.
Peter, we talked about Peralta not going deep into ball games, but he's been economical with his pitches. 83 right now in the 6th inning
with 2 outs. Yeah. He'll come back out again. If he gets through this inning too, he'll come with that, the bullpen stirring, but they're just stretching. I feel like this is his game.
To third. Peterson's got a big hop. Long throw to first is in time. Braves retired in order. 8 straight sent down after the infield Ozuna hit. Bottom of the 6th, no score. Well, this one living up to advanced billing. Our T-Mobile coverage cam. Freddie Peralta for Milwaukee. Ian Anderson for the Braves. There throwing goose eggs aplenty through 5.5 innings in Milwaukee. Just 5 combined hits in this game tonight. The 2 hurlers have struck out 11 men between them. Very good control. Just 3 walks have been issued. It has been a pitching heavy opening game of the series. Not surprising, as these 2 pitching rich organizations match up for the final time in regular season play.
There's been so much weak contact too. It's just keeping everybody off balance, missing barrels. I mean, it's pitching 101 obviously, but for 2 guys to do it so effectively.
And it seems like as the game goes on, the command is getting better and better.
I'd love to see Ian get through this. It'd be a real confidence boost for him. I think it might be the first time this year that he would have completed 6, maybe one other time.
Well, he has 88 pitches coming into this inning, so yeah, I think this may be his last inning.
But when you look at what he did in the first inning, it's just.
But that's what he does, right? He'll throw a bucket load of pitches and then find the mark and give you a chance to get into your bullpen late. Driven to left, that'll chase Marcell back a step or 2. 1 out. Anderson's season high in innings is 6. That came against the Texas Rangers. He's pitched 5 or more in every start but his first one against the Cincinnati Reds.
It's like Spencer Strider warming up in the bullpen.
And so that was one of the questions we had for Brian Snitker before the game. As Hunter Renfroe digs in, and that is a fair ball. A bullet down the left field line. Renfroe around first. Good hop to Ozuna, but no chance to get Renfroe, who's in at second with a 1-out double.
Wow, that ball was hit hard down the line. I thought Ozuna may get to that ball quicker than hold up to a single. But Renfroe running out of the box smelled that double.
Ian's done a good job with Renfroe so far tonight. He was 2 for 2 off him before tonight. Only real guy in the lineup that had some success off Ian. ambushed him there and took the ball down to the 5.
So here's Narvaez, who's popped out twice. The point about Spencer Strider was it was thought he would be a candidate to start the game tomorrow. But Brian Snitker and Rick Kranitz told me this morning that if they need to use Strider tonight, they would not hesitate to do that and then make a decision about tomorrow night's game after the game tonight or tomorrow morning. Again, it's a short bullpen for the Braves. Doubtful we'll see Kenley Jansen. Doubtful we'll see A.J. Minter. So we'll see about that as Anderson a 1-0 pitch to Narvaez. Tied him up and called a strike. 25,880 here tonight. This has been a very well pitched game. Brewers have 4 hits. Atlanta has 2.
It's kind of surprising that Strider's warming up. I thought that was the guy that was going to go tomorrow. I mean, you look at him, it's almost like they've been trying to get him more and more innings to get him into that starting position. But I guess 0-0 game, tight ball game. You don't have a lot of guys in that bullpen that can give you some innings.
Well, and that's what Snit said. You use your A-plus guys, your guys you're trying to win the game with. The last couple of games against the Padres, and you lose them, then they're unavailable for the next day and maybe 2. So there are limited options available for Snit and company tonight, as Ian Anderson now forces a 3-1 count to Omar Narvaez.
Base open here. Be interesting to see what Ian goes with. 2-0, 3-1. He's been throwing that changeup a lot.
Anderson in the middle of the 3rd time through the order for Milwaukee. Ground ball to Olsen. He will field and flip to first. Good result. Runner to 3rd now. 2 outs.
That changeup's been such a good pitch for him tonight. And we knew that coming in as well.
Omar just couldn't hold back. Got out in front. Beat that ball into the ground. Great play by Matt Olsen over there.
So Ian Anderson, his first start against Milwaukee came 1 year and 1 day ago. And he was outstanding. He took a no-hit bid through 6 innings against Milwaukee. No hitter for him tonight, but he's got him shut out. Again, you've got a base open. You've got Taylor up 0 for 2 and Jace Peterson waiting on deck. And here's a spot for Travis d'Arnaud, the Braves catcher. Anything in the dirt, he has to knock it down. There's a lot of ground behind home plate. And a big warning track that could result in the game's first run. Hope it doesn't come to that. As Taylor, a strikeout and pop out victim, digs in. Renfroe leads at 3rd. He's the 2nd Milwaukee man to get to 3rd base in this game. First was Urias in the opening inning when they loaded him up, and Narvaez popped up to end the threat.
Fastball still popping at 94. It's not like he's losing any velocity. Stuff still looks good. Changeup still looks amazing.
He's pitched a great game.
Really has.
Good location with that fastball away.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now he's 1 pitch away from his 2nd 6-inning performance of the year.
I think Taylor's looking for that changeup because he's late on that fastball at 94.
It's amazing. 26 pitches in the first inning, 44 over the next 3 innings. It's just remarkable what this kid does. And can he put up another 0 with the Brewers threatening in the 6th? There's the sign. Renfroe leads at 3rd. The pitch. Chase it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
You're right, BJ. 4 fastballs this at bat.
Well, if you get that late swing on that fastball, he's in the back of your mind. You're saying he's waiting for that changeup.
The 2-2. Got away all the way to the backstop, 1-0.
Wow.
Have to see what the pitch was, but that was the fear. Darno, who's done a good job behind the plate on a knee, went right under the armhole and all the way to the screen, and Renfroe scores standing up. So Milwaukee leads 1-0, and a soft line drive will end the inning. Taylor softly to Ozzie Albies. So a heartbreaker. A changeup gets away. So does the tie. It's 1-0 Brewers. We go to the 7th. Well, a wild pitch gives Milwaukee the game's only run as we move to the 7th inning. Let's see if Marcel can get it tied. He's our ultra strong stats presented by Charmin.
He's seen this team an awful lot in his career playing for the Cardinals. That average 289. He loves hitting against Milwaukee. 14 home runs, 33 runs scored. Driving in those runs at 29. Well, we can use one of those home runs and add on to that RBI total right now.
Well, for Peralta, he's had 2 stretches now where he's retired 8 straight Braves hitters. Ozuna's infield hit is the only interruption. And Marcel's had the best night at the plate for Atlanta tonight. Echoing those numbers you guys just pointed out, Marcel has walked and he's reached on an infield hit. It's only a 1-run game. You've got time, but got to mount to rally. Put some pressure on this guy. He has not had much other than the very first inning, which is also his resume.
He's one of those guys, as he goes on, he gets stronger. Wow, he set him up with that curveball, just missing that first pitch. 2 fastballs later. Got to come with a curveball right here, Peter.
Missed with it. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
The fastball seems so deceptive too. It's almost like a lower arm angle that is a straight fastball rather than any kind of angle down. And that crossbody action.
Yeah, that's why that slider is just so tough to catch out of his hand.
Inside corner, strike 3, freezes Ozuna. His perfect night comes to an end in the 7th inning. Peralta with 9 strikeouts, 13 his career high, and 1 away.
Even as a pitcher, I recognize how hard that has to be as a hitter. You're looking for that spin. You see slider spin, and all of a sudden you're expecting it to go outside, and it's a backup slider that ends up breaking the inside corner. I used to live off that pitch, but how do you adjust to that? You can't, right?
No, you can't. You can't adjust to that.
That was Peralta's 500th career strikeout. Let's help him celebrate by hitting a home run to tie the game. That will scatter the Braves dugout. Off to our left, 0-1 for Travis d'Arnaud. How different would this game be had Jace Peterson been a foot further away from the line in the first inning? If you're just joining us, the Braves threatened with 2 outs in the opening inning. d'Arnaud hit a bullet to third. Jace Peterson moving to his right, speared it, and ended the Braves' first threat of the game.
And that shows you how analytics works, because early in the ball game, how do you play a third baseman on the line right there? But they did, and Jace made a great play.
So 2 balls and a strike for the Braves catcher, Travis d'Arnaud. He has mastered that down and away strike all night long with whatever he's wanted to throw there. And now 2-2.
I did catch some highlights from his last game out, Peralta, and he was strong through the last inning, through the 5th inning that game too. But to see him get in the 7th this game, Milwaukee's got to be happy, obviously, but maybe it's a step that he's taking forward, maturing,
Right down Broadway. That's strikeout number 10.
Wow, that's just tough to watch. You know, 3-2 count there. He's been around the strike zone with every pitch. You got to be ready to swing.
So hopefully Ozzie Albies can get something going here with 2 outs. The pitching has been outstanding for both clubs in this game. That'll be the subject of the stretch, presented by Georgia Natural Gas. LJ and Nick Green will have that for you in a minute. 6th career 10 strikeout game for Peralta. And that's the main issue for the Braves offense right now. As we told you, Braves have struck out more than any team in the National League. Entering play tonight. And 3 1/3 innings of no contact in a 1-0 game.
And it's almost like you sit back and say, when do you make an adjustment? You have to start making adjustments. You gotta put that 2-strike count, put it in play somehow, some way, which means cutting down on that swing, choking up on a bat if you need to. We've seen teams do that to us all year long, come through with the big 2-strike hits.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Peralta ready. That might have hit Narvaez in the mask on a bounce.
He said he wanted it down. Did you see the sign he gave us? Yeah, that was down.
It was down. The old 52-foot breaking ball in the soft dirt in front of home plate. Look at this. Drop off the shoulder first. But a good block. And Ozzie digs in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A bullet hit down the right field line and foul. That would have been extra bases. Peralta has set down 10 straight Braves hitters. Last Braves base runner was in the 4th inning. Ozzie trying to change that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. High fly ball right field. Drifting back is Renfroe to the warning track and shy of the wall. Has enough room to haul that in. That was close. Braves bullpen was willing that ball to come 5 feet closer. No such luck. Atlanta is down a run. Ian Anderson out of the game as we send you to the stretch.
Is brought to you by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
Welcome into the stretch, presented by Georgia Natural Gas. We thought it'd be a good pitching matchup, and man, has it not disappointed us yet. The Braves needed a good performance from Ian Anderson, and they've gotten that. It hasn't been easy, but he has kept him in the game.
Yeah, and that's what you want out of Ian. When he doesn't have his best stuff, you want him to still give you a chance to win. He's done that recently. He's trending in the right direction. I felt like tonight the fastball command wasn't quite as good as the last 3 starts, but that's okay because the changeup is back. And when his changeup's back, you know he's going to get those swings and misses. You know he can get it to a hitter's count and get ground ball outs with that changeup. I love the effort that he put in today. The curveball, still a work in progress, but he did his job, giving you a chance to win. 6 innings, an earned run, wild pitch was a mistake, a spiked changeup down, 2 walks. That's a nice sign for him over 103 pitches, but giving them a chance to win is the most important part. Ian Anderson did his job today.
He absolutely did his job. He kept them in the game, gave them a chance to win. Now the Braves just need a couple runs to get this thing done. We'll get you back to the bottom of the 7th inning here on Braves Baseball after a quick word from our friends at Georgia Natural Gas.
Ready to play ball with it.
Nothing Milwaukee. We head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Peter Moylan, Brian Jordan, Kelly Kroll, Chip Carey with you. Spencer Strider will come in and follow Ian Anderson, who, BJ, I echo Nick completely. His main job, keep the Braves in the game. He did that. Tremendous work. And the same story for Strider now. He's got to put zeros up and hope the Braves offense in their last 2 innings can push across 1 or 2 runs tonight.
Yeah, Ian Anderson did a terrific job. 103 pitches tonight after that struggle in that first inning. I mean, he did great. Just one bad moment, that wild pitch. Golly, he was excellent.
Such a good comeback after the first inning, as you said. I needed him to limit the walks to be effective today. He certainly did that. 3 passes were minuscule. Great job, great comeback.
So Spencer Strider will come in to face Jace Peterson. Another big arm for the Braves. And very different style. Ian Anderson with that fastball, curveball, changeup. Strider brings it up there with easy 99, 100-mile-an-hour gas.
Yeah, it's all from the quads, as you can see. 100-mile-an-hour gas. But it's not just the fastball, Chip. It's the slider's become an effective pitch for him, and he's working on that changeup too.
15 strikeouts for Spencer over his last 3 outings, covering 8 2/3 innings.
Now, if he developed that, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if he develops that changeup, that third pitch, wow, you almost have to make this guy a starter.
He's been stretched out. He went 4 innings 2 outings ago against Milwaukee in Atlanta. 8 strikeouts in those 4 innings. And this one mashed up the middle, and it gets away from Dansby Swanson. So Jace Peterson puts it in play, and he's aboard. He hit a 100-mile-an-hour pitch to Dansby, who dived and couldn't corral it. Tough break. That's how the home 7th starts.
Well, I'm so used to Dansby making these plays, but the last 5 games, we haven't seen that. A lot of diving efforts, but not coming up with it. I don't know whether it's just, I guess, something that infielders go through.
It becomes it goes from being a natural action to all of a sudden the ball's hit in play, and you start thinking about it every single time.
Right.
That's the big difference. You know, it's just muscle memory most of the time.
Lorenzo Cain, the hitter. Peterson leads at first and takes outside. Well, today, Dansby and Riley and Olson and Ozzie Albies were out with Ron Washington, going through their drills just as they normally do. As Strider goes back to work here with Lorenzo Cain and throw to first. So Kelly, look, the great thing about baseball, if you have a bad game in any facet, you play another one tomorrow. What did Wash say to his defensive troops today?
Sure, well, Chip, you know, I mean, we see these guys out with Wash every single day, and I think this is something he takes personal as well, but his message to the guys was very simple: just slow down. He goes, these guys are so good in the field. Most of it, of course, instinctual, but sometimes when you're trying to do just a little too much or force things to happen out there, like the double play balls or something like that, he goes, that's when you boot a ball, or maybe you make the wrong decision. You just really have to let the game come to you. And he goes, that's just what I was reiterating to these guys this afternoon. And you kind of see his grin right there. I mean, he has a way of saying it. These are things they've heard, they know already, right? But he just has a way of getting through to them. So we'll see if this kind of turns around for an infield that is, right, one of the top in baseball.
Yeah, but has had a couple of bad games defensively, and unfortunately one more error for them tonight. A wild pitch has cost him the only run. But as you guys know, you're 1 hit, 1 good pitch, 1 great defensive play away from shaking that off. Matt Olson certainly has done that with a couple of really good efforts at first tonight after an early error.
It's so amazing because we see how hard these guys work every single day with Wash. So it's certainly not a lack of effort or a lack of want with these guys. They're out there doing something every single day to try and get better at this.
Yeah, that preparation is just so good every single day. You see these guys out, and Wash always say the more reps you get, the easier it becomes. But we know it's a confidence thing too. You got to have that confidence. You make an error, make 2 errors, that confidence goes away.
Swing and a miss.
That's the slider. That's the Strider slider. We're going to start calling that, I think. Such an effective pitch for him. When you got 100, you're gearing up for 100. and it's been up the top of the zone, and then straight out of that comes a slider that darts left 14 miles an hour slower than you're expecting.
That was my thing, BJ. It's one thing to see a guy have a separation 5, 6, 7 miles an hour, but you've got to cover 14 with Strider.
No, you do. You do. It's tough to do. I mean, because when a guy throws that hard, you got to gear for the fastball every pitch. And with that differential, it's tough to hold up. It's like Randy Johnson, a guy that threw 103-mile-an-hour fastball, but he threw a 96-mile-an-hour slider. All I could do is gear up for this fastball, and I react to the slider. I mean, I wasn't going to catch up with that 103 up in the zone, but whenever he made the mistake with that 97-mile-an-hour slider, I was right on it.
No balls and a strike for Colton Wong. And that's downstairs. 1-1 the count. Had a chat today with Brewers great Bob Uecker, who was a catcher in the major leagues for the Braves, as you know. And I asked him, what was that experience like catching guys that throw 100 miles an hour? And he said something I couldn't believe to be true. First, the 1-1 pitch. Broken bat, little pop to Ozzie. He traps it, and the peg back to first will not be in time.
It's a double play. He let it bounce.
The umpire at second signaled safe.
It's a double play.
And while Phil Cuzzy's finding out first, did you have a catch, yes or no? And it is a double play. Yeah, the deke worked. Perfect play. And Craig Counsell wants to talk with Phil Cuzzy and Mark Rippicher, the home plate umpire. We couldn't tell for a moment if the ball was caught or trapped. Yeah, he caught it there. So that's one out. The play at second was safe. The throw back to first. My question is, did Jace Peterson get back before the throw from Dansby got to first? I think is what they're going to say. And he clearly was safe. This should not be a double play. No. It should be a force, or it should be a pop out of Colton Wong.
Did that? I thought it short hop. You can't see it because of his foot, but it looked like it short hopped from the angle that I first saw. That's why I thought he let it short hop. That was the whole point of not going after it.
The question is, did he get the glove under the baseball? There was a hop, but I think his glove was under the ball. I think Ozzie caught that cleanly, and that is exactly what the play is designed to do. It's supposed to deke the base runner. It also deked the umpires too. So let's see if Tom Hallion is going to keep the double play. I think he is.
Lucky break for the Braves.
That is a huge break. Craig Counsell shaking his head. Quite surprised they don't challenge this play. Watch as the ball is popped up to Ozzie Albies at second. He caught that cleanly. No need to make the play to second, and the peg to first. Peterson was standing on top of the bag, and a gift goes to Atlanta in the seventh. Milwaukee leads 1-0. The Braves look to have gotten a break on that double play that ended the seventh inning. Let's see if they can cash it in with 2 innings of offense left here in Milwaukee. But they've got to deal with as good a 1-2 combo as there has been in the major leagues. But Peter and Brian, I beg your pardon, not so much lately.
You look at the first 16 games, a 2.91 ERA with only 3 home runs allowed. Certainly been struggling a little bit lately, but let's see if we can take advantage. This guy's a tough customer though, Chip.
Wow, they really missed him last year during the playoffs. That was a break for the Braves.
Truly, he broke his hand and was inactive. What's this guy feature?
That's the pitch that you're going to see mostly right there. That's the changeup. It's got its own name, Chip. They call it the airbender. It moves so much. He spins it at a rate that most guys spin their sliders or curveballs at. The top spinners in the game. So what you're seeing is effectively a left-handed slider from a right-handed pitcher.
But you also see those walk numbers, 11 walks, 21 strikeouts, so be patient.
Williams, the 2020 National League Rookie of the Year and National League Reliever of the Year, a .33 ERA in the COVID year. And again, a very different look with Williams in the 8th and Hader in the 9th.
I don't want anybody to get surprised, but he does also throw a 96, 97 mile an hour fastball. So you're seeing 3 changeups in a row that Doobie's done a great job laying off. But if he does come with a fastball, he's going to have to be staying on top of that too, BJ.
Which makes it that much harder when you get that nasty changeup like that.
2 balls and a strike for Adam Duvall leading off the 8th. And a pop fly back into the seats out of play. And a fan from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Bagash makes the play. It's 2-2.
You know, Adam wish he could have that pitch back. Fastball right down the middle, you miss it.
Williams, a 2nd-round pick back in 2013 out of suburban St. Louis. He was headed to Missouri before the Brewers drafted him, and here he is in a 1-0 game in the 8th inning. Wash with a good play at 3rd. Let's see if he challenges this net. Yep, he's going to try. Yeah, right away, Wash.
Nice job, Wash. Still got it.
Braves need a base runner. 11 straight men have been retired. And 19 of the last 20. Offensively, a bloop and a blast would be just fine. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He geared up for that 94, 96 mile an hour fastball, and he throws that changeup. You get out in front every time.
I'll take that all day long.
Yeah.
Keep fighting that thing off. Get your fastball
it off. Yep.
Williams has his first strikeout. And now a quick message from Yamaha Boats.
There is an explorer in all of us. That's why you should go with the one name trusted to make the most out of every second you spend on the water.
Adam Duvall, 3 strikeouts tonight, is the first out of the 8th inning. Dansby Swanson 0 for 2.
Dansby over the weekend starting to lock in. Hit his 3rd home run. Starting to drive in some runs. Hopefully he can come through with a big home run here.
1 gets you tied, 2 gets you the lead. Dansby's 1 for 2 against Williams with a walk. Take a base runner any way we can get one. And Swanson down to his last strike. Well, that ball just seems to die, kind of like Ian Anderson's changeup, doesn't it?
Yeah, they're very similar. I think he gets a little bit more arm side run.
It's almost like a parachute pops out of the back of the ball 6 feet in front of the plate. Baez wants him to make another big pitch here. 1-2. Here it is. And he's caught looking. Braves have struck out 12 times again tonight after striking out 16 times yesterday. 2 away.
You see, he just does fastball outside corner. So close to the outside corner. Too close to take, obviously. Devin Williams just proving what makes him so tough.
Yeah, I mean, he's just showing the guys the changeups early and blowing them away with that fastball up in the zone late. And it's almost guys like this, you almost have to just pick one pitch and go for it.
Strike one to Arcia.
I think Arcia did just that. I'm going to swing at that changeup early. Take my chances.
But that tells you how nasty it is. If you go there looking for it and you still can't do anything with it.
Well, it's dropping off the table.
One ball, one strike.
Two-out rally here, Chip.
Be great. They tried to do that in the first inning. Single walk, line out. And I keep saying it. How different would this game feel and be if Peterson hadn't been playing near the line? No swing.
You also have the advantage that if you can get a base runner on, it changes the way that Williams can take his time to get to the plate. He's got to mix up his looks, be a little bit quicker to the plate to stop the stolen base. Right now he's about a 1-4 to the plate, which would be easily to steal.
2 balls and a strike for Arcia. Tried to tie it up. And now it's even 2-2.
That's an easy 96 coming out of that arm. Wow.
That to me is the most amazing transformation in baseball over the last 25, 30 years. How many guys throw so hard and seemingly so effortlessly. Spencer Strider's one of them for the Braves, and he'll be on for the home 8th. Williams, a 1-2-3 frame, 1-0 Milwaukee after 7.5.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet, only from Xfinity. The All-South Highway Safety Team. Always wear your seatbelt. And by Georgia Natural Gas. Live the greener life.
We are back in Milwaukee. That's your story. Brewers have the only run of the game. It's scored, unfortunately, on a wild pitch. That's how dominant the pitching has been for both the Braves and Brewers tonight. But one mistake the difference to this point as Spencer Strider begins his second inning of work with Urias, Yelich, and Rowdy Tellez. The Braves will have the top of their order in the 9th. And Josh Hader, their ace closer, is getting ready. And Strider a good start to Urias, who's reached base 3 more times tonight, 2 singles and a walk.
Good way to start him off, Peter, with that slider.
Yeah, he's ambushed the fastball a couple of times tonight. That's what 100 does. Forces you to take a swing like that. I should know I threw it once, Chip. And blew out. So never again.
Well, maybe again if you did it in kilometers. 0-2 count, popped up. Right side, Ozzie is underneath and says he's got it. And there's the first out. Yelich, the hitter. First, a quick message from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no. Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
Yelich will have his hands full. This will be a fun matchup. He's 0 for 3. And Strider ready to bring his blistering heat. And missed up and away. 1 ball, no strikes. So again, the Braves will have Demerit, Olson, and Riley versus Hader. And Strider continues his good work. We'll peek ahead and see how that trio's done against Josh. He's got a very impressive consecutive save streak working. Job for Spencer. Keep it at 1. That's the toughest save you can have, Peter, as you well know. Top of the order, one-run lead.
Zero room for error. One mistake and it could be a tie game.
One ball, two strikes. No shift on for Yelich as Spencer turns her loose and jammed him off the netting. Good pitch. One thing I love about Major League Baseball is when unknown guys, or maybe not even unheralded guys, but guys you don't really count on, get a look in spring training, open some eyes, get called up out of a big sense of need, and then they succeed. And you see their confidence grow with each outing. Look, there'll be some hiccups along the way for everybody at this level. But watching how this kid is learning how to pitch as a major league pitcher has been, I think, a revelation for the Braves.
It's one thing when you learn how to do this at AAA or AA and come up and have some success and then go back down and continue to have success. But when you can do it over the course of what Spencer's been able to do, you know, he came up last year, obviously had that inning towards the end of the year, was considered for the playoff roster, looked that good.
Right. 3-2 pitch. Straw came out, came back to get Yelich. 99 up in the zone, and Christian couldn't get that. Second strikeout for Strider, who again has 10 of them now in 5+ innings against the Brewers.
Yeah, just a high fastball, just straight past former MVP. That again tells you all you need to know about the quality of Spencer's fastball.
And I love the way he challenged them. I mean, you trust your fastball, you go right at guys.
So Rowdy Tellez, the batter, again, he was scorching hot when the Brewers came to Atlanta. The Braves cooled him off, and he's been chilly ever since. 7 hits in his last 40 at-bats.
Peter, I really like him starting guys off with that slider.
You saw the swing Arias took on that slider when he was expecting a fastball.
Yes.
If you can start throwing that for a strike, the same with Ian's curveball. It just seems to be a free strike throughout the game, throughout the at-bats.
Back our way. And into the third deck. Strider ahead 1-2. And you keep it at 1. You send Demerit, Olson, and Riley to the plate. Matt Olson's homered against Josh Hader. Marcell Ozuna's hit 2 homers against him. That's why we keep saying bloop and a blast away from turning this game on its head. Nice catch off to our left. Fan from Manitowoc, Wisconsin, made the play. Ice cubes in his veins. That's where they make really good ice machines.
Talk about that Christian Yelich jersey making the play.
Yeah, it's a good one. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Strider shakes no, and now time called.
I think a good slider down and in we get Tellez right here. Looks like he was geared up for the fastball. Last 2 fastballs just missed them.
Blew it right on by.
Or that. You can just do that.
99 miles an hour. 3 strikeouts for Spencer Strider. Here we go. Rally cap time. Hader leads 1-0.
Atlanta Braves baseball is brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by Yellowwood. If it doesn't have this yellow tag, you don't want it.
Hey, 9th inning comebacks are cool, especially against one of the best closers in the sport. Josh Hader is on to protect a 1-0 lead. He's got to go through the 1, 2, 3 hitters on the Braves lineup card. And look, let's face it, Hader, 34 straight scoreless outings, 27 straight saves, 13 games appeared in this year with 13 saves, a new major league record. Maybe that'll be an unlucky number in game 1 against Atlanta tonight.
I certainly hope so, Chip, but he has been as good as anybody over the last couple of years. And when he's on, that's what you're going to see. You're not going to see him miss with a fastball, and you're going to see some pretty bad swings on a well-located fastball. Slider, if he can locate that as well. But the fastball location's impressive.
One of the most memorable moments in Braves postseason history involved Josh Hader and Freddie Freeman.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, that was the moment I thought this team's maybe a team of destiny. When he hit that home run.
National media started to believe too.
I got chills after that hit.
Well, that ended Milwaukee's season, and the Braves advanced to beat the Dodgers and then beat the Astros to become world champs. The pitch pushed him off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Demerit is 0 for 3 tonight out of the leadoff spot. It's hoped that Ronald Acuna Jr. came out of his workouts today in good shape. He'll be back leading off for the Braves tomorrow night.
You only cross your fingers because he brings some energy, something that the Braves are lacking right now.
1 out in the 9th. And as painful as it is to say, you can't help but talk about it. 14 strikeouts for the Atlanta offense. Yes, against Peralta, Williams, and Hader, they are terrific major league pitchers. But it's tough to win with 5 innings of no contact. And that's sadly what's happened to the Braves to this point. But maybe Matt Olson can break that spell. Again, he's homered against Josh Hader head-to-head.
Well, we talked about the starting rotation of Milwaukee and the Braves coming in. This is what they do. And this has to be a tough at bat. Lefty on lefty coming from Hader.
Braves Live post game presented by Xfinity will follow us hopefully after we come back in the 9th. Lauren Jabara, Nick Green standing by in our Atlanta studios as we start a very important road trip. 2 more in Milwaukee. Off day Thursday, then down to Miami this weekend for a set with the Fish. 1 ball, 1 strike. This is where Olson can give, I think, a left-handed pitcher like Hader so much trouble. He is, when he's on, a very patient and selective guy.
There's a level of comfort for someone like Josh or someone like myself that would come in and be able to get a left-handed hitter out very regularly.
But Matt Olson loves to hit against left-handers. 22 home runs last year against left-handers. Here, showing some patience.
So he's got himself into a hitter's count. Let's see what he can do with it. Took a shot. Didn't get it. So it's full 3-2. Struck him out looking. Olson thought it was ball 4. He strikes out. 2 outs in the 9th.
You want to talk about what makes Hader so tough? He just gets himself to a 3-1 count, a hitter's count, and Hader just goes back-to-back 99-mile-an-hour fastballs on the black.
So it's up to Austin Riley to somehow try to get this game in the hands of Marcell Ozuna, who's hit 2 homers against Hader head-to-head. Riley had a first-inning single. He's 1 for 3 in the game. cut at that pitch. Riley had 98 timed. He just got under it. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Peter, I was really surprised he started Riley off with a slider there. Good take by Riley, and he was geared up for that fastball, the second pitch.
Hader's given up just 2 hits all year. This would be a great spot for number 3. Even count. Braves have 1 swing left. A rare changeup. How about that?
Oh, my.
I can't believe Hader's thrown many, if any, of those all year. But a great job by Riley to take it and force a 2-2 count. He's thrown 8 changeups all year long. Wow. Pitch. Ball game. 8 of the last 9 Braves hitters in this game were struck out by Peralta, Williams, and Hader. And Milwaukee beats the Braves in the opening game of the road trip by a final score of 1-0. Ian Anderson was equally brilliant for the Braves. BJ, 1 ball in the dirt is the difference in tonight's game.
Yeah, 1 mistake. Ian Anderson, 6 innings pitched, only gave up 4 hits. I mean, he was terrific. You know, give credit to all the pitchers today. I mean, Milwaukee was great. Peralta, 7 innings pitched, 10 strikeouts. The Braves continue to swing and miss, Peter.
Lots of positive signs for Ian tonight. Another step forward for him. Pitches through 6. I know he's going to be frustrated with the end result. Got to look at the positives today. You got to see that and know that you can come out and do that every time. Doesn't matter if you extend your pitch count early, battle back, give yourself a chance to win. That's all you can do.
So some decisions for the Braves as to who will start tomorrow's game. It'll be the second of the series. Hauser will start for Milwaukee. Adrian has been tough. Our coverage starts at 7 o'clock on Bally Sports South. And, of course, on the Bally Sports app. 1-0. Milwaukee, the victory in Game 1. Stick around. Braves Live, presented by Xfinity, will follow us from American Family Field. We'll see you tomorrow night.